Should be live.
So, hello out there everyone. Welcome back to this playthrough of Super Robot Wars Z3 Jigoku. It's been a while here. We've had some slight problems going on. Brother hasn't been feeling so great. So we tried streaming some stuff last week, but just kept on having different tech issues. We think we've worked that out, so if he winds up still feeling bad again here, I'll be able to actively play that, but hopefully that won't be too much of an issue here. So, for now, we just need to go ahead and get everyone set up for the next leg here as we head off. For those who have forgotten, which is probably a number of people.
Wow, this is having some input lag for some reason.
So, when last we left off, we had gone ahead and been fighting against Neo Zeon. We had been off at Laplace, the former Prime Minister of the Universal Century's home, which was, unfortunately, destroyed by terrorists right as the Universal Century was about to dawn. That wasn't a good thing, and it's been heavily implied that the Federation itself is what, wound up causing that terrorism to occur. That's probably not a good thing, but it's what's been said. It's the explanation they give in Unicorn. So, after dealing with Haman, Karn, and full Frontal attacking us there, we were greeted by a rather unusual sight. Neo Zeon's flagship, the Relula, showed up out of nowhere with a message from Char Aznable himself saying, "I'm not here to fight you. What's the phrase I'm looking for here? I wish to sign a ceasefire with you. Not with the Federation, not the military, but with Z-BLUE and Neo Zeon."
I find it weird this is almost all energy.
Yeah. I don't know why you'd say that, but
I find that weird because the other one,
the Curios and the
this one,
Raphael,
is all bullet, pretty much, other than Trans Am.
that is kind of odd. So we do have a number of new units. A number of them likely won't be used, but
I think I will throw both of these somewhere.
you only get 15 teams this chapter.
Yeah.
So, Char has told us he wants to negotiate a ceasefire. And so we're currently debating, what do we do? Do we take Char up on this offer? Or is this a trap?
Oh, I know what the lag is. It's trying to load portraits. Just having problems loading portraits for some reason.
So the question becomes, do we really think we can trust Char after everything he's done here? He's kinda messed up the world pretty badly here. And this is, in fact, a Defy Destiny point here. Just in the middle of the chapter. Not even in a fight. Do we think we can trust Char? Does Amuro, of all people, think that Char can be trusted? It's a good question. Think you've set your teams well enough?
I was looking for the shuttle. Since I want to put the shuttles somewhere.
Yeah, you don't need it ready.
Yeah, I mean, that seems okay. Just quickly transform you back and... oh, wait, no. That's where I put it. What are you still doing in there? The question just becomes, who do I throw with?
You have the Orgus on its own.
Do you fly? You do not fly. Yeah, I'll leave the Orcus with him. But I think I'll take off the part.
So sorry that this is taking a little bit here to get back to everything, get everyone
We don't
sort
have
of
anyone
organized
watching
here,
yet.
but hopefully this won't take too long. That's the tension raiser.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to remove. Pass the tension razor over to someone else.
Amuro?
You know, I'm going to put the tension razor on this. At least for a stage. Why not?
Yep. Give the spinal ISC you picked up as well.
Yeah. I don't know how I have nothing on the Shin Getter.
You probably accidentally de-equipped it or something.
Alright.
Alright. So,
Save. Did I do this? Okay, I did at least do that. And somehow missed one person.
off to
Alright,
the
quickly
D-Trader
D-Trader.
quickly. All the new people we picked up. Happy Ace Pilot. Congratulations, Master Clouseau. That is my mission as Urs-1. Let's see. Yes, and as a prize for her efforts, please accept this. Let's see. Why, yes, it is a complete box set of one of those anime that you love so much.
Right, he's a super closet otaku.
I thought these were sold out. No, I thought that the company creating these had gone under. And then none of them wound up being created before the company shut down entirely. Well, things are not always as they seem. After all, I am a dimensional merchant after all. But even I had to put everything I had on the line in order to acquire these. Since I had heard that you enjoyed things such as this, Master Clouseau, it appears as if it was a good idea to purchase them. Thank you, AG. I shall not forget this debt as long as I live! But about this... I already understand. Everyone has their own secrets to keep, do they not? So please rest assured that I shall not tell the others. Happy Ace Pilot. Congratulations, Master Wu Fei. Hey, G, Oh, please stop staring at me so coldly. After all, are we not both members of Z-BLUE? I suppose you are correct. And as members of this squadron, you have been apart for far longer than me. But even so, Master Wu Fei, let us attempt to get along as allies. Allies, Yes, that is right. After all. Well, please be sure to do everything you can to protect your beloved allies, Master Wu Fei. After all, I truly hope that you do not do something as dangerous and difficult as turning against us once again. Happy Ace Pilot. Congratulations, Master Alleluia. Thank you, AG. But this isn't my power alone. That is true, is it not? After all, you have Miss Mary as your sub-pilot. Or should I say, a Miss Pierce as well. What are you saying here, AG? You're saying you're just gonna ignore me as well? No, not at all, Master Hallelujah. Of course I already know about you as well. After all, the relationship between Alleluia and Master Alleluia and Master Hallelujah is something that I find personally incredibly interesting. Huh? But I have a feeling that if we continue down this path, things will become incredibly difficult. At a time like this, the best course of action is to change the topic to an entirely different matter. Quit screwing with me! Haha, I do sincerely apologize. Happy Ace Pilot. Congratulations, Master Tieria. That doesn't sound half bad, does it? Being celebrated, being thanked by someone like this. After all, I am an innovate after all. I don't have a birthday to celebrate. Exactly the same as me, I suppose. You are a robot after all. However, even so, I do have a heart of my own. Just like you, Master Tieria. I suppose you are correct. Thank you, AG. And no one else. Welcome back, Master Daguza. AG, You truly were able to splendidly reverse your fate, were you not? I've been incredibly moved, sir. Wait a minute, AG. The way you're saying that makes it sound like you were certain that I was dead. No, not at all, not at all. Well, I was simply incredibly pleased to be able to meet you again, Master Daguza. I suppose it is you, after all. The fact that I was able to survive was able to create more Z-chips for you, and you were just happy about that, weren't you? Irk. So how many were they? After all, if I really was able to overturn my fate like you said, they would be a fitting gift, don't you think? They were 200. Well then, instead of just thanking me, go ahead and add them to the squadron's stockpile. Understood. You truly are a fearsome opponent, Master Daguza. After all, I didn't come all the way back from hell for nothing. You appear to be rather nervous about your meeting with about the conference with Char Aznable, do you not, Master Amuro? That might be true. After all, they may be attempting to trick us and merely round us all up to remove us all. After all, we are their largest opponents, are we not? I don't think that's going to happen. After all, if Char thought that I was going to be a personal threat to him, he should just send assassins after me. The fact that he doesn't is proof of his naivety, and is the fact that he's still a romanticist. You truly do trust Char Aznable, do you not? Something sounds off about the way you're saying that. Well then, how would you express your relationship to him? Let's see. Saying that we're distant enemies or something like that isn't quite right either. Let's see. Trying to think of a proper way of saying what he's describing them as. Something about how they have a rotten fate. How they're just how they have constantly been thrown together, rather than that.
Don't know. I see.
And of course, because talked about rotten fate, I see. But I suppose I must let Master Mrs. Anka know about your relationship. Huh?
Because Fujoshi.
Oh. Yes, because Fujoshi.
I don't know if we've explained that.
Rotten girl. Quite literally, lovers of BL. I've probably mentioned it before, but yes. Oh, however, before such an important conference, I must be careful not to disturb things too much. So I shall return to my job. Well then, today as well, let's get to selling. 200 Z-chip bonus acquired. Alright, not that much good up. So, off we go. We're probably only going to do one chapter here today.
Because I'm still not doing 100%.
And this is probably going to be a long one, so. September 10th. Master! Master! Please, don't leave me here. It's alright. I won't let anyone hurt you anymore. Master!
As you can see, a young Marita there. Better known as...
Question
Blue
mark.
12.
Is it 12?
It's 12. Nelorgama, medical room. Master! You've woken up, Miss Merida? This is the Nelorgama's medical room. After the battle, Z-BLUE wound up rescuing your suit. So I've been taken prisoner. At any rate, it doesn't look like you have suffered any major damage here. You ought to be able to even move about soon. I'm Hasan, the ship's doctor. If that's the case, then you've already realized that I'm a cyber new type, haven't you? You could say that. If that's the case, then why haven't you restrained me? Of course, there were some people who had that opinion, but Captain Moreau and Camille, and Bonaja there as well, said it wouldn't be necessary. From what we were able to hear from Bonaja, we don't think that you're going to be a threat to us here. You talk like you know cyber new types. I've met a fair number of them. But I really am happy to know that you're okay, Miss Merida. So the tables have turned from the time at Palau, Yeah. The system that's in that Gundam. So you've been able to master it, have you? You're completely different than a fake like me. A cyber new type. Miss Merida? Your will. Let's see. I think that should be Sprout. The seed that was slumbering within you was able to overcome that system. Seed? Something that we don't have. So that's why I desire what my master desires. And fight against any who would oppose him. But that's... Feel free to leave me for now. Bonaja, no matter what truths you may be confronted with, continue to say, even so. Don't lose sight of yourself. The thing that makes you who you are. The power that can bring out the other system that's in that Gundam. Is she talking about the Laplace program? Leave it at that for now, Bonaja. She's tired already. You were Merida, right? Rest easy. Rest easy? Z-BLUE's going to be heading off to a conference with Char Aznable soon. A conference with the Supreme Commander? I see. So the people at the front lines really didn't know about it. No matter what the result of the conference may be, it's highly likely that we'll be handing you over to Neo Zeon again there. Just feel free to rest until then. Conference? So the Supreme Commander intend to put an end to this war with the Federation? We don't know either. But this conference is going to be the start of something here. At least that's what I feel. Near Earth space, but somewhere in the depths of dark space. Nelorgama corridors. What is it, Miss Suzune? Everyone who is busy fighting all across the world is going to be meeting up in the Rock Hylam's hangar. Do you think we should go and listen to what they have to say?
Probably.
We may as well see what they have to say. Well, we do have a bit of time into the conference with Neo Zeon. I guess it would be better to know what's going on around the world. Looks like things were difficult all over the place. Looks like the fights really are getting fiercer here. But stopping them's our job, isn't it? You really have grown up, haven't you? After all, I can't stay a child the whole time here. The fact that you're even saying that is proof you're still a child, though. I see. So the Demon Lord of Space could do stuff like that? It seems like he doesn't just have a black hole as his body. But he's even able to draw the invaders and space monsters to Earth with that power. How on earth do we fight someone like that? We got swallowed up by a black hole once, didn't we? How did you get out of that? It was Gura. Gura. Wasn't he the son of the Demon Lord? That's right. Gura was ordered to invade the Earth. But he said he wanted to take it over with his own power. Refused any help from the Demon Lord of Space. Just his pride, huh? That wasn't it. Somehow, I feel that Gura doesn't really want to fight here. You trust him, huh? We're friends after all, aren't we? Fight against the Demon Lord of Space going to continue, but we were able to put an end to the Mecha Beast, weren't we? Even if we say that, though, we were able to defeat Brocken, but the leader of the army, Baron Schur, was able to escape. So, can you really say that you put an end to that fight? Well, we did destroy most of the Mecha Beasts he had remaining. If Schur's got anything left, it can't be a threat to us at this point. That's something that I understand as well, but what is this feeling I'm getting? You worried about something, Koji? No, it's nothing. Yeah. It must just be my imagination. There's some other awesome stuff too, wasn't there? Yeah, Simone finally wound up proposing to Nia. Is that true? Ooh, I ought to ask about this. So what happened? Of course she said yeah. Well done, Simone. I guess I need to let Ronka and Cheryl know. After all, they've been pretty worried about the two of you. With things coming like this, we can't afford to lose. Yeah. After all, for the sake of all those people who are waiting for us, we can't lose. We have to protect the Earth. Let's see, Triter, Tetsuin, Ox, and the Dagger all got powered up too! Ooh, we'll definitely be able to do it here. Sounds like things were pretty tough for Mithril. I guess so. Helmagistan?
Yeah. Should be Helmagistan.
Okay. Helmagistan and somewhere in Japan. Okinawa? If this ever actually... Hong Kong! Yeah, after all, we aren't fighting against Amalgam in the Martial Church from Helmagistan to Hong Kong. Let's see. Yeah, we even heard all the way out here that the Martial Church invaded the Holy Land of Allegium. Well, it is the Holy Land of a god of battle after all. Makes sense they would wind up attacking it. But thanks to that, I think the Martial Church should quiet down here soon. But even so, we lost someone precious, didn't we? What happened? Fiona died. But that's the truth. Jericho? Fiona died of disease. There's nothing anyone could have done. That can't be good. But even so, he's going to keep on fighting without saying anything about it. So that's why we're not going to push him on it. two of you were able to rendezvous? It isn't just us two. Thierry is here as well. And Wufe wound up joining us too. That's how things are. Looks as if I'll be in your care again. Well, we aren't going to say anything about your past, but we'll gladly make use of your power. Of course, that is what I intend. I shall not waver any longer. That's a pretty gutsy thing to say. It's almost like you're saying you've become a warrior. And this guy is? I'm Lieutenant Belfung Clouseau, rendezvousing with Mithril's Far East branch. Received the codename of Urs-1 from Captain McLaren.
So that means you're Sosuke's superior.
Exactly right.
Looks like a lot of stuff happened to you as well.
You can understand?
Yeah, I guess so. Even though you're just as quiet as always.
Is that so? But even so, Sargar's gotten stronger. At the very least, he's able to fully utilize that lambda driver thing.
And to top it off, it looks like he's even getting along well with Al. Al? Isn't that the Garbalist support AI?
I can't explain it particularly well, but he isn't simply an AI.
Kind of like your partner, I guess, huh?
I suppose that is correct. Fix this Mel and my...
We've had our M9s tuned up. I'm certain we'll be a better help now. All that's left is to deal with Neo Zeon. So they're going to be heading here for a conference soon. This might be a turning point for the entire world.
That it might be. Relula's Bridge. We should be momentarily arriving at the conference point. The Relula will stay here on standby. I'll head over to Z-BLUE in a mobile suit.
Do you intend to just fall into our enemy's hands like this?
I'm certain that they won't make use of any underhanded means like that. That's something that I can guarantee. However, should the worst come to pass, if such a thing should happen, then the war between the Earth and the colonies will simply bog down even further. I'm certain that they understand that. Assassination will simply cause the sparks for yet another war. It's the same with Zeon Daikun and with Hiro Yui.
Do you intend to say that assassination itself is wrong?
Even if it wasn't, it's certain that that would cause problems. It's certain that that would cause something to begin to move.
I can't allow you to go on your own, however. I'll head over to the Rock Island with you.
You don't appear to have any interest in this conference, though.
Of course I don't. After all, even if you are the Supreme Commander, this is a personal decision.
I had a reason I didn't want you to come.
What?
I suppose I shall bring Yune and Kess along as well. Have them head... I'll head to the hangar first.
Char? What on earth is he thinking?
It may be that the Supreme Commander has forgotten the rage and sorrow of the Space Noids.
You're saying it as if he's completely rejecting Zeon.
I am not the Supreme Commander after all, so I cannot say everything that might be going through his mind.
What a way of saying things. Are you just trying to string me along here?
Not at all.
Know your place, Full Frontal. After all, did you think I didn't know that you've been sneaking around behind my back? What on earth is your goal? Are you trying to take Char's place?
Please do not get me wrong. After all, The only reason that I wear this mask is for the sake of Neo Zeon. This body of mine is nothing more than a vessel for receiving and carrying out the wills of all the space noids. Very well. We'll continue this after the conference. How naive, Haman. Well then, what shall happen here? Depending on what happens here, I'll know what I need to do in order to properly recreate this world. I suppose I should say welcome, Commander Char Aznable. Let's see. So you are going to serve as the moderator, Roger? Ah. After all, well, I'm used to this role. Didn't I serve as it back to the Copernicus conference? At this point, I suppose we don't need any greetings. I suppose that's true. After all, this conference is a private one. Therefore, we don't need any representatives here. This is how things are, Moreau. Let us set aside our personal feelings and begin to work for the sake of this world. Is that what you're trying to do? Exactly right. Of course, the methods we use may be different, though. It's precisely because we cannot accept the means that you're using that we've been fighting against Neo Zeon. No, fighting against you. So you've taken off your mask? Let's see. After all, well, this is a conference, isn't it? And I wanted to see you here with my own eyes. It looks like you've made up from your resolve, haven't you, Zero? Allow me to ask once more, Char Aznable. No, allow me to say it once more, Char Aznable. We refuse to accept your methods. That's exactly the sort of personal feelings he was talking about. What? After all, this is a fight between the Federation and the Space Noids, isn't it? So long as you intend to fight against us, feel free to go along with the rest of those Earthlings and face us. I sincerely apologize, Haman, but that's something we can't do. After all, we are here and fighting for the sake of humanity, all humanity's future. Not something as pathetic as that. Of course, we include the colonies as well. How pompous you are. After all, the Federation is currently in the grip of those Earth-centricists, isn't it? Do you really think you'll be able to do something about that all on your own? We're currently investigating Chrono's movements. We do not intend to ignore the people who've been moving in the Federation's shadows. But even so, it's far too slow. It's the reason you started this war in order to lure them out. I don't intend to refute that. After all, even if the Geminis hadn't attacked, someday they would wind up launching yet another war against the Space Noids. Are you saying that this war was inevitable? Trying to just control this entire... Do you mean to think that you would control this entire war, Char? I shall leave determining that to you. How dare you! let's leave the greetings at that for now here. After all, everyone who's outside watching this is just going to be worried if it continues like this. Well then, as you wished, Commander Char, this conference is going to be broadcast via monitors to every member of Z-BLUE. Thank you for your cooperation. Well then. I guess this means I'm going to have to stay steady, in order not to disappoint Camille as well. Don't think you have any right to say Camille's name here. Let's see. Are you the one who sent the Zeta over here via Lieutenant Apolli? I don't intend to answer that. Very well. Well then, let's hear why you wanted this conference in the first place. It's exactly as I said before. In order to protect this world. But although you say that, you don't intend to stop this war. After all, I don't intend to allow this world to end with the Eternity Flat or the Ball. This world must continue. But for the sake of what lies ahead, the Earth itself, this world needs to change. A lofty ideal. But in order to make that reality, don't you need to do something about those two problems beforehand? About that, I'll have her explain. She should be arriving soon. Excuse me. Yeah. I brought along Miss Nana Miguel and Professor Tria Scott. Thank you, Camille. No, I'll go ahead and excuse myself here. Let's see. What are you thinking about him? Look at you acting all soft here. How pathetic, Char. Thank you for your work as well, Nanai. I'm certain it must have been difficult to get the professor away from the Federation. No, about that... Don't treat me like I'm some shutaway after all. Well, after all, who'd want to miss something like this could be a turning point for all history? And it looks like you're as crazy as always. I guess so. Thanks to the fact that fog in my head is cleared, I've finally been able to make some progress on my research. Well then, have you figured out a way to break the prison of time? It's precisely in order to talk about that Commander Char called me out here. As expected of Professor Tria. Will this be able to save the world? But let's leave it at that for now. After all, before I start talking about that, there's something I need to confirm with all of you. And what is that? I have to remind both of you. I have to remind all of you that Eternity Flat and the Ball are opposites here. From the way you look, it seems like you understand what I'm saying. If the dimensional boundaries fully settle down, the time of all living beings on this world becomes zero, and humanity will slowly walk the path to destruction. That's the Eternity Flat. On the other hand, we have the Ball, the natural enemies of humanity. We have no way of communicating with them, and they appear to be just destruction incarnate. At this point in time, we've confirmed that both the invaders and the space monsters count as that. Thanks to the data left in the Gunbuster and Professor Saotome's research. We were able to determine that they've been coming from the deepest section of this galaxy. Apparently, the way that they've been transporting themselves to around the Earth is through using some sort of long-range spatial methods. But if the dimensional boundaries wind up completely stabilizing around the Earth, they won't be able to jump in here anymore. In other words, if the eternity flat occurs, that will serve as an effective deterrence against the ball. So wait for our own destruction, or be destroyed by external foes. Neither of them sound like a pleasant choice. Well, I wonder about that. After all, you're the ones who are going to be choosing that for us, aren't you? The ones who decide that aren't going to be us. It's going to be all humanity. Amuro? A small number of people being able to decide what's going to happen in this world... Well, it's just the thought of some overblown egos. Are you referring... Oh, and could you be referring to the Supreme Commander with that? Looks like he isn't going to say anything. Well then, at any rate... The reason I'm here is in order to tell you how to break the prison of time. And what happens after that is all up to you. Up to everyone. Isn't that right, Commander? Yes. Well then, about the methods. Have you been able to perfect a method of artificially causing dimensional quakes? Well, we have completed the theory at this point, but we don't have any means of pulling it off. Means? In order to cause a dimensional quake, you need a certain amount of dimensional energy. In order to try and put it into terms you'd understand, Brand, Setsuko, and Crow as well. If all three of them had their spheres operating at 300% above 300% capacity, somehow we'd be able to do it. What? Let's see. We're able to get in contact with Miss Margaret on Mars as well. Thanks to Islam's dimensional tech, we were able to understand a couple of extra things. But they weren't able to do enough. Unfortunately. After all, well, Islam doesn't have their zones anymore. As for the just dimensional quakes, they can't even cause tremors. And now that Ambrosius is dead, and Islam's dimensional science has disappeared as well. So in other words, in order to cause a dimensional quake, we need a certain amount of energy. But the possessor of the sphere of the quarreling twins, Godlet Mansum, is able to cause them. After all, well, that smiling drunkard sphere seems to be far stronger than Crow and the others. Alright then. So how could we prevent the prison of time without a means of causing dimensional quakes? No. How could we destroy the prison of time? Yes, because next line is important. It isn't destroying it. What we're going to do is restore it to its original form. Then... Yes. Yes. What we're talking about isn't destruction, but dimensional repair. Are you okay, Mr. Singularity over there? I see. So that's the reason you guys called me out to sit here at this conference. But even if I say that... I mean, I was the special singularity point of that great dimensional collapse, but I don't know... But I'm not the singularity point of that new world quake that's causing this. So even K isn't capable of repairing this. However, thanks to that, we do have a model we can go off of. After all, back in the UCW, K, the singularity, was able to make contact with an even larger singularity. It's not the dimensional collapse, wasn't he? In other words, if we're able to find the key singularity of the New World quake, we ought to be able to repair the dimensions and stop the time prison, shouldn't we? Key singularity, huh? A thing, a place, or a person who is at the center of the dimensional quake. Or if I was to put it another way, a dimensional turning point. A place where the world and history will change. It's the key singularity for a dimensional quake. Without much of an explanation, and I think you can all understand why I contacted you. Trying to search out that key singularity. Exactly right. After all, it's rather difficult for us to carry out investigations in the atmosphere. For that sake, we, Neo Zeon, wish to forge a ceasefire with Z-BLUE. Have you not thought about making contact with the Federation government itself in order to try and end this war? As long as the Geminis who created this time prison and Chrono are still moving in the shadows of the Federation, that is impossible. Fortunately, that's likely the truth. The Federation government is something that we cannot trust. However, you are different. After all, we did fight alongside you long ago. It's not something that I can explain with words. But if I was to try and explain it, it's that you all feel the same thing that I do. Are you saying that you think we all secretly trust you? That's right. Murrow, I'd like your opinion on this. So,
We have no
this is a
viewers.
Defy Destiny point. Can we trust Char? Or can we not?
Currently we have no viewers, and I would say personally, I trust Char.
Especially this Char.
I trust every Char that isn't the original.
As much as I don't want to accept it. Amuro? Allow me to say this, Char. No matter what may happen, we refuse to accept your methods. But even so, I don't want to think you have enough of an ego that you'll just allow humanity to be destroyed. I don't intend to live the same kind of life that you do. But in the end, it was a Murrow Ray, With this, everything has been decided. Well then, with this, Z-BLUE and Neo Zeon will have a ceasefire. We'll carry out an investigation into that key singularity on Earth, and you take care of space. Is that correct? Although there are a number of problems still here. I can't say there's nothing wrong here, but I guess all we can do is follow this. So this is our answer, Char. Thank you for that. Alright then. I'll be sure to give you all the data I can on that key on the physical characteristics about that key singularity. With this, things should start to advance some. But please do be careful. After all, from my experience, those key singularities themselves wind up causing some pretty crazy wars. As soon as we learn what it is, it's certain that the Geminis and the people cooperating with them won't shut up. Understood. So it looks like even after we discover it, we'll need to keep moving in secret. Well then, now that the conference has been completed, I have a request for you. I'll say this in advance here. We've only accepted this ceasefire in order to try and track down that singularity. We don't intend to lend a hand to you in this war. That isn't it. For a short time at least, I would like you to lend me one of your units. Huh? The unicorn? No. I'd like to borrow the Wing Zero.
It's been a while, Professor Tria. It looks like you're all doing well.
Leaving aside Crow, who got wrapped up in a dimensional quake, what's happened to Esther?
It'd be nice if Miss Esther was cooperating with Z-BLUE as well. I'm sorry, but she's pretty busy still here. But once she finishes up what's happening right now, I'll be sure to have her rendezvous with you. Alright then. And, Professor, be sure to tell Esther we said hi. Alright. Esther.
Professor?
It's nothing. Well then, I guess I'll go watch Char Aznable's experiment here. What on earth is he thinking?
At any rate, it's certain that something's wrong with him. But at any rate, I wouldn't think he'd... After all, if he was an ordinary guy, he wouldn't be trying to start a war here.
The fact that he's asking to borrow the Wing Zero means that he wants to activate the Zero system, doesn't it? Mufei, what do you think?
I think that he is attempting to find his own answer. Answer?
The future that the Zero shows? Or...
A long time ago, I saw a person who was able to find... A worried person who was able to find an answer in the Zero system. No, who sought to find an answer in the Zero system. But at that time, his inner fears were amplified. And it brought about the worst outcome. I don't think you have to worry about that. But what proof do you have? Char Aznable is our enemy. But even so, you have to respect and admire his unshakable resolve and will. That man, he's become far stronger than the Quattrobagino that we knew. Well then, hero, I'll be borrowing the Zero. That's only if you can master it. And you're as difficult as always.
Just in case, we've wound up setting up our mobile suit squadrons to surround you.
In case you try and pull anything funny here, I hope you're prepared for what'll happen. Understood. Well then, I'll be heading off, Camille. Good luck. Just trust in me.
Char Aznable.
Don't get too cocky, Camille Beaton.
Your being here is only interfering with the captain.
What's so funny?
You really do like him, don't you?
Just leave it.
Alright then. Let me try and put it a different way. It's like you're overconscious about him.
No, you're trying to be recognized by him. Of course. After all, I'm the man who'll succeed the captain.
Although I think you've still got a ways to go. Kess? It's nice to see you're doing okay, Hathaway. You still intending to fight? I don't want to talk about that here, but...
What reason did Char have for bringing the two of them along? Could it be that he's grown up far more than we'd expected? Well then, Miss Representative Haman Karn, With this, we've finished the paperwork to transfer Lieutenant Marita Cruz over to you. Thank you for that. I know this may be a breach of military etiquette here, but allow me to say one thing. Those wounds all across her body, they appear to be something that wouldn't be received in training or in combat. If you intend to say that I had something to do with that, then you're completely wrong. Marita's wounds and past trauma are something that was caused by the fact that the Zeon lost to the Federation. After all, well, I think you can probably imagine what fate befell a little girl who failed in the front lines. Her wounds are from that, her scars are from that time. Excuse me. Don't worry too much about it. After all, that's what war is. If you make a single mistake, you may lose everything. I'd like to talk with her on our own for a bit. Can I ask you to leave for now? Understood, but you will be kept under observation. I'm sorry, Marita. Shouldn't have talked with her about your past. No. Well, if anything, I was pleased that you would be angry for my sake, Your Highness. Even if I am like this, I am a woman still, after all. And your former commanding officer. I suppose that's why I feel a bit more towards you, a slightly greater sense of obligation towards you than I would have otherwise. As another human. Seems like you have changed a bit, Marita. I sincerely apologize. There's nothing to apologize about. After all, before being a soldier, you are a human. Thank you very much. Were you able to make contact with her? I haven't seen her face. Right now it appears as if she isn't over here. I suppose she doesn't want to meet with us. At any rate, with this things have become clear. It seems as if she's attempting to learn something here. So it seems. After all, she spent almost her entire life out in the dark depths of the asteroid belt. There wasn't very much she could have learned there. What do you intend to do, Your Highness? You know, from time to time I think. With the way things are in Neo Zeon right now, there's no place for her. So maybe it would be fine to leave things as they are for a little longer. Were you really thinking about the Zabi family? After all, we are not Zeon. We're Neo Zeon. Char, what are you doing right now?
Hello?
Space. Is this a phantom that the Zero System is showing me? Or is this that nightmare that I've been seeing? Nightmare of the future I've been seeing? Captain? Lala? Even now, Lala still is out here in this space? Amira said it, didn't he? Humans will someday rule over even time. Is that so? That is what he said. But even so, I feel being able to overcome your past is the true strength of humanity. Lala? Keep on advancing, Captain. Looks like you made it back. I suppose so. It doesn't look as if there are any mental effects on... or any change... We didn't read any changes in your mind. I suppose that's to be expected of you. Captain? What did he see in the Zero system?
An enemy alarm? What? At a time like this? All units, prepare for launch. Invaders are approaching the area.
Is this proof that dimensional boundaries haven't stabilized yet? As much as I don't want to see them, I guess it's a good thing to know they're here. Muro. I know. Chapter 41. 2 Red Comets.
So, you get to choose 2 battleships.
Yeah, Foxtrooper for now.
And your 15 teams. And we've got a couple of interesting interlopers.
Alright.
Remember that you wish to be strategic with when Gunbuster hits 150 will.
Yeah, I was thinking on whether I want to do that now or... The only one I want to move is you. Yeah, sure.
Alright. And time for our guests. In 1 minute's time, the invaders will enter the area. Suppose that means they're targeting us? To think that I'd be fighting alongside you again. Baal are the enemies of all humanity, after all. It's nothing so strange. What is it? It's just that once again, I feel I completely don't understand you. There are times I hardly understand myself. That Amuro, what's he talking with the captain about?
Don't you think eavesdropping's a bit rude?
There's no way that could be. This is a good opportunity. Rather than just the captain, I'll be sure to show that Amuro and Camille my power as well.
That Gune guy. Seems like he's thinking way too much about Mr. Camille. But right now we're allies, aren't we? He seems like a good guy to have on our side. Even if you say that. You worried about him? Not at all! I didn't realize that we were enemies before, but they seem to be quite an energetic squadron.
Even if you aren't wounded right now, you have just recovered from being shot down. Don't push yourself too far, Marita.
Thank you very much, but this is my mission. Still, be sure not to push yourself. After all, if I let you die on my watch, I'll have trouble sleeping over it. Even though that's not something I should be saying of all people.
The invaders have arrived. They've finally shown themselves.
The trade flat's not ready yet, but be sure not to be taken out by them first. If they're coming here to try and devour us, we'll throw them off with everything we've got. Let's go. As if we lose these ball here. Yeah!
You haven't changed at all. If you really feel so nostalgic, why don't you come back? After all, you should be able to do that. Even so, that's something I cannot do. Alright, all units, let's go. Understood. How strange. Even though we're supposed to be enemies, they believe us with ease. So, destroy all enemies. Don't let Amuro, Char, Gyune, Kes, Haman, or Marita die. Within 3 turns, destroy 22 enemies for the SR point. And I believe the Z-chip bonus is have both Char and Haman get a kill, 3 kills, something like that. So, you have Char and the Suzabi. Char is a new type level 7. It's a command aura of 4, dash, ignore size level 2, and counter level 8. He has instinct, focus plus, accelerate, and snipe. No, snipe? No, I think that's the direct hit. His ace bonus is +1 to his new type level and +20 skill. There's the Suzabi, still a size M, oddly enough. Or somewhat oddly. An S in space. It has a beam shot rifle, a beam tomahawk, mega particle cannon, and funnels. Funnels are the only one with an S in space. Over here, we have Gyune and Kes. Gyune is a level 5 cyber new type. Prevail level 5, counter level 5, see-through, will up. At above 130 will, automatically casts, I want to say instinct, but I'm not certain. Not paying too much attention here. Yeah, Jagdoga has beam saber, beam assault rifle, and funnels. Then we have Kes, new type level 5, will up on hit, guard. Spirit Command Awakening costs 50 SP. Unfortunately, she does not have it yet. She has Beam Saber, Mega Gatling Gun as opposed to Assault Rifle, and Funnels. And finally over here, we have Haman, Karn, and her Cubely. New type level 7. Commandora level 4. Will up, ignore size level 3. See-through. She's got Hot Blood there as her 4th skill.
Okay.
Nullifies consecutive targeting penalty, and takes only 80% damage.
Okay. You can tell that this isn't a unit you get to keep.
Sadly. Has Beam Saber, Beam Gun, Funnels. And then finally, we have Marita and the Kshatriya. Cyber new type level 5, ignore size level 2, will up on damage, will up on hit, support attack level 2. At above 130 will, autocast focus every turn. Kshatriya is pretty tanky. Has Beam Saber, Funnel, Chest Mega Particle Cannon, and Funnel Barrage. So that should be everything new.
So of course, first things first.
Wrong one.
Wrong one. Map version.
Yeah, I just had a feeling you wanted the map version. I could be wrong, but...
No, yeah. Map version is what was wanted.
Biosensor online, NTD system activatable, Lambda driver online, helmet system online, power of spiral, guy mode not available. Oh yes, do go over to Sosuke, because that's one of the few things.
Because now...
He has one final attack, the Lambda Strike.
Which unfortunately is melee. Because I've been pouring points into.
Range. His 2 strongest attacks are melee, but, you know, range is what he uses most of the time. You sure you want to do that? The other reason is because you have Burglary Dog.
You're right. That is better to show off.
So, I don't think you're going to get a kill here, but you might. So, Chirico's Scope Dog has been upgraded here to the Burglary Dog.
If this gets a kill, you will see the most amazing weapon.
Most amazing dynamic kill in-game.
Perhaps in all of Super Robot Wars.
I mean, the Burglary Dog has some nice upgrades. It's got armored plates on its legs, missile
Tank
launcher,
treads.
folding cannon over the left shoulder. An extra little, I guess, mini rocket launcher. Just full assault, throw everything you have. And that is not a kill, sadly.
Unfortunate.
I'm sure we'll get one at some point here, though.
Just out of curiosity, no, I do not
What?
have the all attacks. Because prior to this,
Yeah.
that wasn't an all attack.
No, it was.
Was it?
Yeah.
Didn't think it was.
Assault combat was.
I should try and get that on Jericho. Since that is a fairly useful skill.
Mm-hmm.
This is a pain.
He's here. Think that I'd feel this calm just having him on my side again? Am I still just relying on him in the end?
It's a good question. Fire the nitro pikes.
We can't afford to let humanity's natural enemies get past us.
Zeta. I love the fact that there are all these Zeta-likes that never made it into any animated series. Like the Theta Gundam and such.
Oh yeah, a piece of Gundam video game news
Plus.
came out here today.
The fact that yet another one is coming to PS4.
Yep.
Cubely. Stick with the Cubely because we get to keep the Kshatriya for a while.
Whatever.
Char, what are you trying to shoulder all on your own here? Where are you trying to lead Neo Zeon? Where are you trying to lead this world? Depending on your answer, I may have to shoot you down as well.
I love the fact it's got funnels as its support attack. That's the reason I typically had Char sitting in the Kshatriya rather than the Suzabi. It's a better support unit, and I want to have him with a Muro. The Cubely. That's what Marita used to pilot.
Not that one, of course.
Yeah, not that Cubely, but a Cubely.
Probably a red one.
Strong. I guess that's to be expected of Haman. Of course, something like this is only obvious. Why would you be surprised? What's wrong, idiot? Why are you staring at her? I was just thinking... That Haman lady seems kind of like you. What are you saying? Are you an idiot? It looks like they get along well over there. Shinji's instinct there. He might be right on the money.
As long as I'm moused over this, just transform.
They're pretty much the same.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of who you want to... The new type or the cyber new type.
It's probably better to keep her out.
Suzabi. Gurren Lagann has its map attack now.
Which is
It's
just...
oh so strange map attack.
That is just a really weird
Range.
range.
Yeah, it's not you.
I mean, I kind of get it.
It's not just you, at least. No matter where the enemies may be, or how many of them there are, my drills will pierce through them! Gurren Lagann. The Gurren Lagann's in good mech. Remember, there are some up as well. Okay.
Okay. And his stupid long range.
Chester K. But it looks like you can't one-shot them.
Well, yeah, because I don't have a boost from Basara. That's going to go to the Gunbuster. Because I decided to stick the Gunbuster together with Ozma.
Yeah, the only problem with that is the fact that the Gunbuster, doesn't have a bunch of really good post-movement hit-all attacks. It has one hit-all attack.
I mean, it's not like Ozma can't pick up the slack. What with having a 300 to 400 in shooting.
The machine cannon can hit, but nothing else. Turn it on. We've got the Raphael Gundam.
I'm actually vaguely surprised Hero did not have anything to say there.
The Raphael Gundam's non-Super Robot Wars design looks much better. It's just the way they drew it looks really bad here. And it has no post-movement attacks.
It looks pretty good in Versus.
It's something about the angle they drew it at.
Yeah.
It's just wrong.
So that's why I thought it only needed machine cannons.
Yep. I mean, Hero is pretty strong.
And he's at like 160 will.
Let's see, you've got the Evas, you've got the new Tsuzabi, you've got the Dan Cougar.
Okay, no, we do not have Accelerate.
Everyone's got Accelerate.
Oh right, turn 1.
Yeah. Zex.
I intentionally have Zex out just for that. Yeah.
Not sending anyone up further.
K's there. I believe in K.
He's not the Destroyer of Worlds anymore. Also, why don't you swap?
He may no longer be the Destroyer of Worlds. But I think...
He'll still be okay.
Yeah. I trust him to dodge 2 and 3L size things. And if he doesn't,
Most
well...
of them aren't.
Hmm?
The standard invaders are only L.
Are they? I thought they were 2L.
I'm pretty sure they're only L. I mean, you can check it.
To check next turn.
Orcus. You still want to watch that, don't you?
Yes, I still want to watch Orcus, but I can't find it anywhere.
Mm-hmm. It was an unloved series. And yet, it is the glue that holds so many mecha games together.
What are you talking about? It's the most such an unloved series. It got a sequel!
No one talks about the sequel.
That's better than half the Super Dimensional series.
There are only 3 super dimensional series. Ow.
That hurt. I think I threw Prevail on him, though.
There are only 3 titles in the Super Dimensional series. One is Macross
There's Macross, Orgus,
and Southern Cross.
Southern Cross, and Mospita.
Mospita doesn't count. Because Mospita actually doesn't count. Because it is not a Super Dimensional series.
I mean, it is at least more than Southern Cross can say, even if it was 6 OVAs.
Southern Cross was just 6 OVAs?
No, Orgus 2
Ah.
was, I believe, about 6 OVAs. Unicorn style.
No, probably not Unicorn
Not
style.
Unicorn style.
Because Unicorn was, theatrical. Therefore, they were able to give it a huge budget and such. Haman, Karn, Beam Saber.
I was going to say Twinkle Rock or whatever the heck it is style.
The abysmal animation. The one with a minute that goes by with like 3 frames of animation total.
I think calling it animation is a bit of a stretch.
I mean, those 3 frames at least were animated. But that's 3 frames in a minute.
I don't even remember what its title is, but that is just an abomination of an OVA.
Cubely Beam Sabers. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Seeing how the Cubely's Beam Saber snicks out of and retracts back into its wrist.
I believe the beam sabers are also the guns.
Which makes sense. Funnel?
Funnel.
Cass, don't get too far away from me! I'm already a soldier here. I don't need anyone to be my bodyguard, Yune. It's not as if I was... Alright. Rather than trying to be a bodyguard or something, you were trying to be my boyfriend, weren't you? What? If you wind up getting stronger than the captain, I'll think about it. Be sure not to forget those words.
We're saving Cass. We're recruiting Cass.
Because why not?
It's canon.
Yeah.
The Merida Islands routes is also canon. Those are the only 2... The Defy Destiny route's canon. I believe.
I love the fact that she calls her funnels Funnel Tachi.
I'm not sure if Defy Destiny is canon.
I believe it is.
I know for sure... that, Merida Islands is canon because Asuka and 4 joins in the... How am I failing at remembering its name?
Garland Custom.
Garland Custom.
I don't know why, but I was actually imagining something like the Bjarlant Custom, trying to think about what the stuff would be for the Cubely's Beam Saber. Because do you know the thing about the Bjarlants and Beam Sabers?
Not really.
Bjarlants have special Beam Sabers. Can you kind of think of why, thinking about the design of a Bjarlant?
They don't really have hands.
Yeah, they've got the weird tri-claw thing.
They've got manipulators.
Yeah, they've got the weird tri-claw manipulators, so they have to have specially designed beam sabers to fit in that grip. They can't use any standardized weapons. They just have their little mini particle cannons in the hands, specially designed beam sabers, and that's all they've got.
I don't think we've really used this attack. Double boomerang.
I think it's because we're in space now that it looks somewhat different. And there's the fact it's not touch movement. But the double boomerang is wonderful. Char?
Yeah, I'm just quickly weighing options. Try
Try
again.
again. No.
Might as well buff a couple other people as well. Just... Yeah, Ozma should be able to take up the slack. Alright, Char.
Char and the prototype funnels. Lala. Hi. Can humanity truly advance? Sadly, it's playing the Section 3 Sally here. Is that 3 Sally here? I don't remember what this theme is called.
I don't think
They
there's...
just refer to it as, like, main title.
There's debate. I've always gone with Section 3 Sally.
It's called a number of different things.
But
Anyways, it is not playing Beyond the Time.
undoubtedly Char's counterattack's theme.
Char's counterattack's second theme. Looks like you still have kept your skill. After all, I am still a pilot occasionally here. He truly is top class as always. No, it almost feels as if he's gotten stronger than before. Char Aznable, did the future the Zero showed you remove your hesitation? Die mode approved. If and when you want to use that.
Just thinking here. No.
No.
It's one square short. If it were one square shorter, it would be fine. Yeah, I'm gonna... Just because I have to show it off.
Yeah, that's definitely weak enough.
This should be weak enough.
The God-killing pistol.
Which is the reason why, for the final stage, we're going to have to put up a poll. Or ask anyone who's actually watching.
Mm-hmm. Just fire everything you've got. Ditch everything, grab,
Fire
slam into
waste
wall,
cannon.
and then...
Silent pistol.
Jigoku's pistol is no joke.
Strong enough to shoot through an armored trooper.
You know what my immediate thought is?
What?
If Jigoku's pistol is strong enough to shoot through an armored trooper, then what the hell was the point in Mellow Link?
Well, the answer is, it's not that his pistol can shoot straight through an armored trooper. It's like shooting a handgun. It's like shooting a really strong hand cannon at a tank. If you shoot it at the thickest part of its armor, that's not going to do anything. It's the difference between having an armor-piercing pistol and an armor-piercing rifle.
I mean...
One can penetrate a decent amount of armor, the other can penetrate a ton of armor.
The other thing, of course, is... these are armored troopers.
What the?
What?
Just noticing that it has a map attack.
Yeah, homing laser beams. Which is why it ignores your allies.
Okay.
Didn't you see?
No, I did not.
It's ignoring them. not the greatest range, though, so it's not like it's something you want to use all the time. Doo-doo. Inazuma Kick. Since we haven't been able to use this enough, since this is our only second stage with Gunbuster.
Third if you count DLC. Gonna pick up the slack? Yep. About the damage I was expecting.
If I'm fighting against monsters, it's time to bring out my finishing blow! Close the distance in a single Oh.
Inazuma Kick. Of course, this isn't even the full power Gunbuster.
Because the Gunbuster's supposed to be a two-man unit.
It really feels like it should be more.
Well, the Gunbuster's not more than a two-man unit. But we will get the two-man Gunbuster in Z3 too.
As well as the many, many Buster machines.
And the Die Buster. A miracle has occurred.
Always fun to see. Everything.
Everything you can cast on yourself. Hello, Claire. Why don't you... come over here, my old kitty. How are you? Good old girl. Lambda Strike?
For the small chance of actually.
Do-do. Do-do. Do-do-do-do-do.
Yep.
It's our first time fighting in space in a while. Hold on. Hold on. I'm leaving maintaining an eye on everything to you, Al. Well then. Let's see. Let's see. Al is talking back to Sosuke here. It's our first space battle in a while. I leave maintaining the best parts to you, Al. Oh, come on. Don't close back down. Well then. And allow me to request that we return. The movements for space combat and armed slave are still under development. Your jokes are never funny. The fact that I'm able to make jokes at all proves that I am perhaps more human than you, Commander. Leave the jokes aside for now, then. Let's go, partner. Roger.
Oh.
Fire everything you have, Jericho. She's still stuck on you.
Yeah.
Oh, Claire. Alright. Enemy is in the 8 o'clock direction. Distance 3 kilometers. We'll take them out before they can notice. Understood.
I see, actually using the Lambda driver.
Mm-hmm. As a weapon. As I said, it's a way of turning thoughts and ideals into power. Can I do it? No. I will do it. Pierce throw!
I was wondering why it was melee. Hello.
Explode in a fountain of light. Psycho frame engaged. Wild beast mode engaged.
Alright, just quickly checking. Not the end of stage.
Nah, the Gemini are probably going to appear. Probably.
Yes, can you just,
Do 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 do.
deal with some of these?
How are you, Claire? Do 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 do.
Did I give him prevail? Does not look like it.
No, you did not. Because typically, if anything so much as grazes him, he's dead. Remember, this is going to hurt a lot.
What?
The fact that you have Soul on your first hit, and Hot Blood on your second, with the Gunbuster, because it's had a miracle happen.
Yeah, that's part of why I was thinking about doing that.
Yeah, that would be a good move. And that's fine.
Just need to do that first.
Yep. Light reflection. Do do do. You'd already get that, you know.
No, I forgot, honestly.
30,000 damage. SR point acquired. Dimensional boundaries are distorting again! Watch out, everyone. They're coming! So now we also have...
Space Terrible Monster Crowd.
Space monsters? The invaders and the space monsters, huh? It's not a nice feeling to be this liked by the ball. Why? The ball are supposed to be just mindless destroyers, aren't they? Why are they targeting us? That might be a key to trying to understand them. But if they're going to attack us, we'll take them on until they go away. After all, we're close to Earth here. If we lose, the entire world will get eaten up by them. Exactly right. We won't let them do as they wish with the world. All units, repel both the invaders and the space monsters. Don't forget that the Earth is behind us here. Destroy all enemies. So.
Just trying to remember what range on that is.
Not great, is the answer. Hi, Claire.
Let's go ahead and just
Yes,
nuke
look
a
at
couple of
me.
these.
How are you?
Good enough, as expected.
Hi.
Still need 3 kills on him.
If you'd left him out, you could have gotten 2 of them here. Now that would be an easy kill. That one lone space monster.
Yep.
Come on, Claire. Come over here, girl. Oh, my kitty.
1 kill.
Come on.
And I'll probably just leave him out at the next stage.
Okay, Claire. Next chapter is a minor route split, single page.
Single stage.
And
Bontakun
also,
split.
yes, it's where you get Bontakun. It's hard to say which is the easier one, I don't know. For one stage, you have to defeat Gates, who retreats at 8,000 HP or less with Bontakun, and 2 other enemies. For the other one, you just have to beat up the boss Boro with Bontakun.
And I am kind of curious as to why you have to beat up the boss Boro. Because there could be any number of reasons. Including, probably, bosses trying to show off.
I seem to remember that that's what happened. I think I took that route because it, seemed like the less risky one. But I mean, it's the boss Boro!
Right, I forgot how stupid long the range on this is.
Yeah.
I should have gone off to the right.
Yes, because Kira's funnels are awesome. I mean, Super Dragoons. They aren't funnels, they're Super Dragoons. It's far better than the Zormer's map attack. Because that is, of course, the other one I instantly think of, like that long range, hits everything around you. Did I show you the fact that in that old game and comic store I found a couple of volumes of the Zormer anime?
No, you did not.
I was certain I did.
I don't think so.
Yeah, they had
Yep,
the
this
Japanese
should be
Macross,
dead.
do you remember? Love Game. Yeah.
Oh.
Volume of Hades Project Zormer. 425. And a bit of Votems. And a single
Yeah, you should.
volume of Votems for
Votems.
$4.
Oh yes. Among the interesting units in the new EX versus Maxi Boost that's coming to PS4,
Mm-hmm.
it includes what's the name?
The...
EXS.
Okay.
It also has the Build Strike full package, but that was already in the previous one.
Cubely funnels.
The way the Cubely moves during the funnel bit. Oh, come on. What I was trying to say there, the way the Cubely moves during the funnel bit reminds me of the
The...
Nirvash. The way they animated the Nirvash. Oh wait, this is perfect.
The way it, like, spins around.
They're too
If you're close.
close.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can still get one kill.
Yep.
Only
Luca's
10
only
more
10
to
away.
go. But Luca's actually useful, so I always have him deployed.
Mm-hmm. That means he has, a chance at getting kills. And this has been quite a long stage.
Yeah.
I mean, we expected it, but...
I'm not sure who's more of a destroyer of worlds. If that honor should go to K, or if that
Hero.
honor would be better suited to Hero with Ozma.
No.
No? Right, because zero system.
Yeah, because you are not going to outbuff the zero system.
Well, I mean, you will actually outbuff the zero system.
But it's not worth it.
It doesn't take priority. Such a strange attack. Absorb the energy shots into the sword.
Change the entire shape of the sword. And then chop your opponent in half.
Alright, you still haven't moved.
Yeah. Because aggressive beast. Dan Cougar.
This might work.
Maybe.
And if not, I'm not even sure which attack this is.
It's the Boost Nova Knuckle.
Boost Nova Knuckle. Not common to see due to not post movement.
Mm-hmm. Just Rocket Fist. The most iconic super move of all time.
Oh, it did work. Good.
It's because those things are squishier than the invaders. For some reason. Make a cannon maximum output. Yeah, that went pretty well. Is there any point in moving those? There are 5 squadrons left. Yeah, you
Gunbuster
won't
can
be able
take
to-
care of them all.
No, it can't.
Does it not still have Awakening?
You do still have Awakening.
Yeah.
Part of it is your energy.
I see your point.
But I refuse to accept it. Stick to the Buster Collider, maybe?
I was going to say, I can easily take these out. Which should fill my attention to 2.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is that gets rid of Hot Blood.
No, she still does have Hot Blood.
Oh, right, because that's casted onto
Her.
her. Alright, which of these seems like the biggest pain? It's this one. So instead of dealing with that one, I'm going to,
Really, just Buster Tomahawk, not Buster Collider? Still got it.
well, yeah.
You could tag command and then Buster missiles.
That's this one or
The
this
ammo
one?
based. That's why I was saying you could try that.
Yeah, that should still work.
The space devouring missiles.
Yeah, easily work. Do you have Hot Blood? Do you have Hot Blood? The answer is no.
He does have auto crit.
That should be this one.
Yeah. So they're both going to auto crit.
Will this be enough damage? Who knows? I genuinely have no idea.
I would say the answer is probably no, but
You almost certainly know. The next hit on them should get rid of them. Hello.
hello.
You reach us, hopefully towards the end of the first and only stage today. I'm not fully recovered, but I'm well enough to stream again. Hopefully I won't need to take any more days off this week. But if I do, we actually have the SNES emulator set up, so it should record this time.
Yep.
This stage is just as long as I was expected. 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not through to the end dialogue yet.
Nope. Because, I mean, it's kind of a major chapter as Char has come. He's set up a ceasefire with us and told us our new main goal is to track down the key singularity that's kind of in charge of putting all of this right.
She goes longer.
Some alpha guidance stages are 3 hours long? Ouch.
And we're probably going to go through those at some point.
Maybe. Well, then again,
At least not the original.
thinking about alpha, part of the reason for that is just that alpha, the load times
Yes,
for
Alpha
every
1's
attack.
load times.
And to top it off, the fact that my dictionary can't read it. The
That
text
is-
is too...
Grainy.
Yeah.
That is the primary reason why we're probably not going to do Alpha 1.
Yeah.
2 and 3, we're more likely.
We'll see. Is this the last enemy?
Yeah, if this goes right, stage is over.
If this goes right, it's only got 4,000 HP.
If things don't somehow magically decide to screw me over, they both have a 100% hit chance. There's no way it can fail, right?
Should be.
R. Which one's R? We haven't checked that one. I can probably clean up text for PS1 games, but load times on the PS1 are slow. R, not T. Let's see, that
Guts
one...
X's plot to fit with the Universal Century? Oh dear.
I've got a bad feeling. GBA.
Hmm.
Okay.
Dunno. Interesting.
If it's GBA, we should be able to.
We can at least
Has
look into
Combattler
it.
V, Volts is V, Daitarn 3, Gear Fighter Dento, Shingetter Rope. Oh, Shingetter versus Neo.
Hmm.
Zeta, Double Zeta, Charge Counterattack, G, Endless Waltz, X, Mazinger, Nadisco, and Zambot.
Okay.
Why is Zambot listed at the end?
Because Z. Pretty impressive. As expected, a collaboration between Z-BLUE and the Red Comet.
Oh, whoa. Whoa.
I'm certain that if Crow was able to see this, he'd be incredibly happy to know what's happening. Oh, no. No. I'm certain that Crow's enjoying watching you all in heaven here. Go ahead and just kill him off here! The Fox Professor is crazy as always. Eternity Flat's completion would mean we don't have to fight those space monsters or invaders anymore. But even so, even if we just accept the Eternity Flat and let it happen, all that'll be awaiting us is despair. It's just like Noriko says. If that's the case, our answer is clear. Yeah, we'll keep on moving towards the future. You all are as dependable as always. Well then, Red Comet, what will you do? Is it over? Are you leaving? There's still plenty of things that I need to do. And aren't you all the same? Char. Fighting alongside you again isn't half bad. Yune, Kess. I'm going to leave the two of you at Z-BLUE in order to act as correspondents for me. Wait a minute, Captain! This is an official order. I leave Kess to you, Yune. Understood. Lady Haman? There's no need for you to say it. You want to stay here too, don't you, Marita? Back at Palau, Bonajo Lynx have learned about the soul of Zeon. I think it's my turn here to try and learn more about this world. Miss Marita? Very well, Marita Cruz. I shall accept your desire. Thank you very much, Your Highness. I leave Minerva to you. Haman Karn. This is a good opportunity, so allow me to say, Camille Bidan. Let's see. I do not intend to allow you to do as you wish. However, I have high hopes for you in the pilot of that unicorn. Huh? Let us go, Haman.
So it looks like it'll be just the two of us on the way back to the Relula then. Char Aznable and Haman Karn. A mysterious feeling. Even though there definitely are enemies. Char. Next time we meet, what will the world think of us?
Rock Island hangar. So those are the circumstances. For a little while at least we'll be in your care. Well, we're all fighting for the same goal here, aren't we? I have high expectations of you. Don't get me wrong, Camille Beaton. I don't intend to get along with you.
What's with you?
I don't care, Katz. After all. Well, I can understand where he's coming from. Don't try to understand me! Understood. Looks like we'll be counting on you, Gune. I know that may be the same as always, but Camille's way too accepting of guys like that. Well, I mean, Camille was pretty much like that back when he first decided to participate in the AUG. Is that so? I'm certain that he'll wind up Gune there will wind up turning up like you, Shin. And what do you mean by that, Mr. Kira? I wonder about that.
Haha, looks like Shin is the same as always. You haven't changed either, huh, Cass? Hell, I am me after all, aren't I?
I'll take care of checking over your mobile suit's preparations there. Here. Nice to meet you, Cass. Come on, Cass. Alright, Hathaway. Nice to meet you, Chen. Same here. Looks like you're worried about Char. What do you make of that interaction today, Captain? Blah. Seems like he's grown up quite a bit. But just like always, feels like he's trying to shoulder everything himself. I feel the same. In other words, he's walking exactly the same path as Trace, is he not? So that's exactly why. There need to be people there who could stop him before he goes too far. And are you saying you're the one to do that? Hey, it's not as if that's my job. But it's something he think he wants as well. I suppose you are correct. To begin with, I guess we ought to protect our promise with him. Investigating singularities back on Earth. There's still one thing that worries me. Why did Char use the Zero System? And what on earth did he see in it? L2. Access. Back to the commander's room. So that was the outcome of the council. Investigating a singularity. Why would you not inform me of such an important strategy? I simply decided there was no need of it. After all, you're nothing more than a vessel, are you not? Thank you very much, Commander. So, before we head off, allow me to ask you, if you were given the choice between between certain death and imminent destruction, which would you choose? The eternity flat or the attack from the ball, If it was up to me, I would choose the former. An endless life that's like an eternal death, I do not feel that way. I think that is the more certain of the two outcomes. Even if time does wind up stopping for the world, as long as humanity retains their reason, they should be able to survive for all time, should they not? How positive you are. That's an interesting way of putting it, Commander. Excuse me here for any discourtesy I may have had. I asked you before, but what are you? Let's see. If I was to try and put it into words, I'm the one who was created in order to take on and inherit the role of the Red Comet. And what purpose do you find in that name? I feel that he is supposed to be the one and to lead this world to its proper form. Is that wrong? No. Not as well. Well then, I shall return to the fight against the Federation military. I'll leave you to fill in the holes that Yune and Cass have left. Leave it to me. Guide the world to the way it should be, Full Frontal. Why did he know something that Lala said? An unknown location. King. Raise your head, Sagaceroni. Yes! Chronos Council of 13 has accepted your resolve. Then, as of today, you are a member of Chrono. Remember to act as befitting your position, and move to watch over the evolution of humanity. Thank you very much, sir. To correct me, we failed at recovering the decisive weapon for our battle against the Baal. Such an honor is truly beyond my wildest dreams. I shall place my very life on the line in order to carry out my job. However, your acceptance is still a provisional one at this point in time, in order for you to be accepted as a full member. Understood. And watch as I silence those Spacenoid scum. We pray for your success. Well then, leave this place. Yes, sir! What a fool. Queen, is this truly all right? Allowing someone like that to be included in our ranks? An overzealous recruit will simply bring about needless failures, just like with the Titans and the Blue Cosmos. And in the end, it even wound up giving birth to a figure like that Tres Kushernada, did it not? And now, there's that Char Aznable too. Your worry is unnecessary. All we need to do is watch over here. After all we need is the end results, do we not? Understood. Allowing a fool like that to join our ranks is nothing more than a simple tool for us. After all, in order to fill in the holes that Eolia Schönberg and Elgin Roddick left, we need to have a couple of pawns at the ready. Number A. But to think that rather than just leaving the organization, they would wind up splitting Chrono in two. Those fools in the name of reformation. Even though they knew that they would be punished for what they had done. And what are their movements?
Yes, their squadron has made contact with Z-BLUE a number of times. They've also been able to get into contact with Anaheim and send a number of special units off to Z-BLUE as well.
So there are fools in any age,
I suppose it is because the time is near.
Most likely. For now, we shall leave them alone. To begin with, let us continue protecting what we must.
It appears as if Char Aznable has made contact with Z-BLUE.
Is this truly all right, sir?
I feel that it shall bring about needless trouble here.
As they are now, they are nothing but birds in a cage. No matter how much they may struggle, all they shall accomplish is learning of their powerlessness.
Well then we shall continue on as before.
We are Chrono. As the ones who watch over the evolution of humanity. Until the very end, we shall carry out our task. That is everything to us. And even if it should lead to an eternal tragedy.
Understood. Allow us to punish those reformationists who have forgotten our duties. Punishment from the heavens.
No matter what, the time is near. Yes, and that day shall mark the dawn of a new age.
Alright.
Alright.
So, we're going to go ahead and stop here after one particularly long chapter. Next chapter we have a very short single route split of, are we going to just sort of shirk our duties and have some fun, or are we going to focus on our duties? Either way, we'll be hopefully getting Bontaku next chapter. So that will be fun.
Just curious how many people I haven't aced at this point. So about 6, 7?
Something like. So, I hope you all have enjoyed this. We'll hopefully be back tomorrow to continue on with this. But have a nice day, and we will see you later.
See you.